Richard Milhous Nixon came to power against the background of an unpopular war that he had vowed to end. He spoke in his inauguration on the changes in technology in the world and how that was bringing about new opportunities for peace.
Senator Dirksen, Mr. Chief Justice, Mr. Vice President, President Johnson, Vice President Humphrey, my fellow Americans, and my fellow citizens of the world community, I ask you to share with me today the majesty of this moment. In the orderly transfer of power, we celebrate the unity that keeps us free. Each moment in history is a fleeting time, precious and unique. But some stand out as moments of beginning, in which courses are set that shape decades or centuries. This can be such a moment. Forces now are converging that make possible for the first time the hope that many of man's deepest aspirations can at last be realized. The spiraling pace of change allows us to contemplate within our own lifetime advances that once would have taken centuries. In throwing wide the horizons of space, we have discovered new horizons on Earth. For the first time, because the people of the world want peace and the leaders of the world are afraid of war, the times are on the side of peace.
Nixon pursued a two-pronged strategy. On one hand, Vietnamization of the conflict, turning the fighting over to the Vietnamese. The second, conducting secret negotiations with the North Vietnamese to bring about a ceasefire. In January 1973, a peace agreement was signed. Nixon also worked to improve relations with the Soviets, negotiating the first SALT agreement to limit strategic weapons. Nixon is also famous for the breakthrough with China. With his visit to China, he rewrote the relationships between major powers. In domestic affairs, Nixon imposed wage price controls and supported landmark environmental rules. Nixon will be best known as the first president to be forced to resign. His resignation was forced after an investigation into the cover-up of the break-in at the Democratic National Committee during the 1972 elections. If he had not resigned, he would have been impeached and convicted.